Hello and welcome to the Lund University International podcast. On the show, you will hear from current students, alumni, researchers, professors, and many more special guests as we explore what it's really like to live, study, and work at Lund University, a world top 100 university. My name is Areej, and I am a master's student doing my master's in logistics and supply chain management, and I will be your host today. Graduating from Lund University is a huge milestone, but what comes next? I have just finished my degree, and in this episode, I'm joined by a fellow international graduate who is also stepping into their next chapter of their professional journey. We talk about networking, landing jobs, navigating uncertainty, and how our time at Lund helped shape our paths. What worked, what didn't, and what we'd tell students who are still figuring it out. This is Career Steps After Graduation on the Lund University International podcast. But first, Fabio, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I am Fabio from Italy, and I have just graduated from a master's in European Affairs.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's such a huge step, right? How long have you been here in Lund?
Yeah, it feels like a really big step after living here 5 years, and now I'm stepping into the unknown. But I think I look forward to new adventures, anywhere, wherever these adventures might bring me around the world.
Okay, so that brings me to my next question, which is, what are your next steps now that you have graduated from Lund University? What are you planning? Tell us more.
My first step is going to be to actually start looking for jobs, but right after I have relaxed a bit. Studying has been a full-time job and has been really enjoyable, but you need also a break after 5 years of studying. So I'm going to do that, enjoy a bit of the summer, but still keep an eye out on what's going on regarding the job market, career opportunities. So I think I'm going to focus on that, on looking for something to do after my studies in the meantime.
That sounds amazing. I can relate to this because I have just also finished my master's in logistics and supply chain management. And
congrats to you.
Thank you so much. And I think everyone now it's the time at Lund when everyone is planning ahead and searching for their next step and so on. So, did you always know what are you doing after graduating? Did you have this plan already in your mind that you're staying for summer, then looking for a permanent job or?
Oh, no, definitely not. I think I try to plan, but I never planned this far out. I just saw things as they were going, as they were rolling, so I focused on my studies and now I finished them. I think this is the next step, is gonna look for something. I've been already looking at some opportunities, internships and career opportunities in my sector, which, it's about the European Union, EU institutions, IGOs, so intergovernmental organizations in general. But I think I'm taking it step by step. So yeah. But what about you? You're also graduating? Do you have any plans?
It's really funny because I was the only person in our batch that would always answer the question, "Are you staying in Sweden?" And I would say, "Definitely not." And now, you never know where life gets you, right? And now I'm staying, and I'm actually going for a PhD.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I think I was also open to all opportunities as you are right now. So when I started searching for jobs here in Sweden, I had a couple of challenges, I would say. And then I had this idea of continuing in academia since forever. So I also tried to apply for PhD positions as well here in Sweden. And I secured one at Chalmers at Gothenburg.
Wow, that's fantastic. What kind of PhD is it?
It is the same as my master's, so it's supply chain management, but it's with a focus on digital transformation, which is really blooming right now. Everything is digital.
Yeah, everything is AI, so you're going to focus a bit on AI too.
AI, digital twins, and so on. Yeah, all the applications that are related to digitalization in supply chain management, basically, which is amazing because, as you know, Sweden also encourage you to be focused on such topics that are really relevant to what we are living now. So, for example, sustainability, circular economy, and digital transformation for sure.
And how did you find that? I mean, I would like to do a PhD too. I'm looking at options. So how did you manage to get that?
Okay, so first of all, like I had this idea of staying here because I have commitments here. So I didn't have the idea of that before, but now that I'm staying, I was searching for what options do I have? And I figured out that the market here in Sweden is a kind of competitive when it comes to my specialization because like I'm an international student and I didn't plan to stay here, so I didn't invest much time in my Swedish as well. And to be able to secure such a job in supply chain here, I think most of the people know that you need to know some kind of Swedish because if you're dealing with local companies and stuff. So my idea shifted to PhD. And then I started reaching out to the professors that we have in our faculty. So I booked a couple of meetings with them. I explained why I needed that. And as you know, the professors are very helpful. They are always open to discuss with you and to share their ideas and their advices. So I think like I talked to 2 to 3 professors separately. They had interest in different topics actually, and I asked for tips and advices or shortcuts on how should I do that. But all of them answered the same. Like it depends on the opportunity because a PhD in Sweden is an employment and it needs funds. And then they are not able to promise you a project or a position unless they have this funding. But they also helped me to network with some professors from other universities as well. And I think I got a little bit lucky because I was involved in the department as well, like from the beginning. So with our program director, I have been a teaching assistant for 1 full semester, but also she involved me with program evaluation, which was from Chalmers, because in Sweden, different universities do evaluate other universities. So this cycle, Chalmers came here to evaluate our program. And I had the chance to sit with the professors, talk to them, tell them more about our work in Lund University. And when I applied for that PhD position, actually 2 of these professors were there in the committee.
Oh, wow.
And then, they recognized me. I wouldn't say that it made much of a difference, but at least you have this connection right before. And here where we talk about networking and doing this extra effort to show that you are there, you are present, you are involved, and so on. Yeah. But what about you? Did you have any opportunity to network during your studies or through career fairs or something here in Lund?
That's a big thing. Networking is really big, especially in Sweden, and especially as an international student who doesn't know, the job market here and how the job market works. But yeah, I think that's what I really enjoyed about Lund is the ability to network and all the opportunity that you get to meet other people and to meet businesses and organizations around Sweden or even abroad. The most useful parts, I think, for my career have come from student organizations, and they sometimes, depending on the organization, they organize career fair, like the Social Sciences Student Union that I'm part of. They organize every semester a career fair for social science students, and you get to meet companies and public sector as well. And also the Association of Foreign Affairs. If you're interested in foreign affairs, they have their own career fair, which I joined, and I met some people. I think that's really the stepping stone. That's where you should start. That's some advice I would give. That's where you should start. Meeting people and then, starting that connection. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to know them personally, but at least just showing yourself, saying who you are, then maybe when you apply, they'll remember you and they'll have a face already to connect you with. And I think it's going to make it easier, make it more streamlined, the process. So I think, that's something you got to start early and But don't worry, because there's many opportunities at Lund University to do so. Even some departments also offer some good career centers. I know the economics department offers some great career advice, and they have counselors for that. But I think most departments also have that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Get involved. As you said, like it might not grant you something right away, but they connect a name to the face. And then whenever you apply, it can help, like give you this a little bit of a push because they know who you are and that you are already getting involved.
Yeah. And talking about networking, I think that's one tip. You don't have to go for it, but it's an extra thing if you're interested, is when you write your thesis, bachelor's or master's, if you have the time and you want to do it, you can conduct interviews with people in the sector that you're interested in. And that really brings you some contacts. So that's what I did for my master's, that I chose a topic that gave me the opportunity to conduct interviews with local organizations around Skåne, so the southern part of Sweden. And I got to meet several people that now I might simply send them an email and say, hey, do you have any opportunities available? So that's something that's an extra tip for anyone.
Yeah, I cannot agree more. Me also, during my thesis, my master's thesis, I had the chance to interview the professors because we were doing a project for the department. And then, like talking more to the professors, hearing their point of view, you can contribute by your point of view as well. So when I needed a reference from these professors, they already knew who I am. It's not only that they knew me in the class, but also on a personal level. So I believe that it really helps. And it's such a great tip as well.
And opportunities can come from anywhere, like we're speaking here about doing interviews with professors, with organizations, but just being involved even in a student organization or something, you can get references from that can be helpful for the future. So there is a lot of opportunities here.
So did you involve in extracurriculum activities, would you say?
I think that was something that I really enjoyed throughout my 5 years in Lund, the vast array of opportunities you have to get involved in many things, student organizations, volunteering opportunities where you can combine the fun part, so the social aspect, so meeting people, hanging out with people and making new friends in a new country. But at the same time, you get some actual work experience that you can put on your CV. Even simply volunteering as a mentor for Lund University's new international students. You enjoy your time there, you meet new students, and at the same time, you can put it on your CV because that's really valuable.
I think that this is one of the things that really helped me during my interview as well, because when you talk about how you are involved in the university, not only in your studies, but also with your department or with these communities, like I have been a volunteer for so many communities as well. Some of them very famous, like the Erasmus network. Some of them are not that well known, but they have this impact on how I am seeing my career going forward. So I believe that, actually, it is very helpful to be involved, and it really enrich your CV in such a way that nobody else can it makes you shine, right? Because it shows that you are not only concerned about only grades, for example. You are also paying it forward to the community and getting involved, but also to create this networking as well, because a lot of these students that you get involved with, they become an alumni.
Oh, true.
And then I believe this is one of the tips that really also was very helpful when we had one career event, when they said that you can go to Lund University webpage at LinkedIn and go for the alumni tab, and then maybe you can speak to students who were in your place searching for such a job. Do you find this maybe helpful?
Yeah, that's so true. Really, you get to meet people, even alumni or also fellow students who have maybe a part-time job or or have done an internship somewhere and can give you some tips on what to do, on where to apply. Or another thing, the university, of course, has alumni, but some student organizations have their own alumni. So as I said, even before, the Association of Foreign Affairs, they have a strong network of alumni that people can contact and show, hey, I've been part of this too, so we can connect. Or nations have their own alumni networks as well. So the nations are basically the center of student life, kind of like fraternities and sororities, but not the same because they're open to anyone who wants to join. And so those are some opportunities to get engaged and get to meet people. I think that's one key, is meeting people, whether it's networking or just getting to know that there is a specific company that you might never have heard before, but that company is working, let's say, in AI, and you never heard of them, but they're hiring. So you might know about it from your friends.
100%. So networking does not mean that you only need to network in a professional kind of way, but also having friends and joining community can enrich your networking and expand your network in such a sense. That's really an amazing tip. How about your degree? How would you say that the degree that you got from Lund University prepared you for your search for your next steps or finding a job?
I think that my degree has been really helpful in preparing me for my career. And I think one thing that I felt was most helpful and that I would advise people to also focus on when they write a cover letter or their CV, I feel it's the combination of practical experience with research experience that you get by studying at Lund University. So when during my course, we had a simulation, for example, of an EU negotiation. And that's something that's really practical. We have a lot of group work, and so you can expand on your abilities of teamworking, on your teamworking skills. So I feel like the university gives you a broad spectrum of competences, and it's up to you then to translate them into something that you can write in your CV, in your cover letter, in even in speaking with someone, talking back to network, speaking with an alumni or someone else, having to be able to explain what you've actually done, because the university, the course here gives you so many opportunities. I mean, some courses like mine, some programs like mine have given me the opportunity to do an internship. So during my 2 years, I did an internship semester in Italy, and that gave me a practical job experience. So I already can say that I've worked in a company even before ending my studies. And that's something that I highly recommend to anyone to do if they're interested in that, of course, to look out for companies where they can intern. And sometimes you can intern even on the side of your studies, so part-time interns as well.
Is it mandatory for your program to do an internship?
It is not mandatory. Mm-hmm. So, for example, during this semester, there were some students in my class that chose to do an internship and some other students who chose to stay in Lund and do extra courses on something specific. They wanted to specialize in something, or other students who chose to do a semester exchange and keep on studying, but somewhere else in another uni abroad. So, yeah, there's definitely opportunities for anyone.
Yeah, sounds really interesting, because for us, it's rarely that we do internships within our program. But I know a lot of students who did summer jobs, for example, which helped them to secure a thesis afterwards and maybe then secure a permanent job with the same company. Because keep in mind that whenever you do some job with a company or involved with them, you have this extra plus when you are applying, because they already know you and know the quality of your work. So I know a lot of people who did summer job. But getting back to the kind of project that we get involved within the university, I cannot agree more that they prepare us for teamwork and team building and how to deal with different people with different personalities, because you don't work as an individual within a company. And then we have a lot of group projects, we have seminars and so on. But we also, in my program, I'm not sure if this applies to you as well, we do have a lot of people from the industry coming to give guest lectures, or we do have some study visits to different companies. So they also help us to do the networking in such a sense as well. And I know a lot of students who secure the thesis work due to these kind of visits?
Yeah, that happens as well a lot. And we've had a couple from our course. Since we study European affairs, we've had some guests from the European Union come and speak to us. I also know that outside of the university, there are some, again, organizations, student organizations that organize career paths as well. And I've heard about, for example, the Global Policy Research Group that organizes career paths for students who are interested in working with public institutions in Europe. Or once again, there is the Association of Foreign Affairs when they work with people who want to start a career in international organizations and foreign relations. So look out also for that. So there are so many opportunities that are not given only by the uni, especially by the uni, but yeah, there is something for anyone.
Yeah, sounds perfect. We touched upon a little bit upon if you want to stay in Sweden, you better learn Swedish. So did you practice or did you get the opportunity to learn some of the Swedish language, or were you not interested?
I was interested. After a while, I thought maybe I should start learning some Swedish. It might be useful, and it was really enjoyable too. So I've started studying Swedish. I can say I know a bit, and I actually even got a job because I knew Swedish. I got a part-time job 2 years ago when at the start of my master's on the side of my studies, and I got my job because I knew a bit of Swedish. That said, of course, I didn't actually need Swedish for my daily life or for my studies because really everyone speaks English. The classes are full in English. Even the Swedish students and your Swedish friends or Swedish people in the local community, they all speak English. But when it comes to career, when it comes to jobs, it's highly recommended that you know Swedish because, of course, we're in Sweden, so that's the language of this country, and that's how that's the language that people speak in their workplaces. So that's something that I recommend. And there's many free opportunities to learn Swedish. There is the SFI given by the government, which is basically free language courses in Swedish for any newly arrived students, or also the university gives some courses, or there are language exchanges. So there are many opportunities, but you've learned Swedish as well a bit.
Yeah. So as you said, because we were part of a program that is more than 1 year, we were eligible to get a personal number. Then we were able to apply for the Swedish for immigrants, which is S6E. And I have started, but as I said, I didn't have this plan of staying here, so I didn't invest much time into it. Something that I really regret right now. But I mean, as you said, the opportunity is still there. And since I have a personal number, I can reapply at any time. Maybe I can invest this summer to work a little bit on my Swedish, actually. It's really an interesting language, I would say. And yeah, it opens a lot of opportunities to work, maybe part-time or even like find a permanent job as well. So to sum up what we have been talking about so far. So our tips were learn Swedish, do a lot of networking, get involved, join as much communities as you can so you can also expand your network and get to know a lot of people. Do you have any other tip that we didn't touch upon maybe?
I'll just stress the fact that meet people. Whether you don't have to call it networking, but just meeting people, speaking about it with friends, telling friends, hey, I'm interested in looking for a part-time job. You never know the people around you, which opportunities they know about. And it happened so many times that just out of coincidence, out of luck, people have given me the right tips on what to do. So literally just speak to people, speak to friends, and you can start from that.
Yeah, I cannot agree more. I think we also had this one person really always advise us on this. So here in Sweden, we have something that is called fika, which is like a coffee break with some pastries or cake or whatever. And then they said that sometimes when you are trying to find an opportunity, when you go directly to a person who's working and you be like, oh, I'm searching for a job, can you like advise me or something? It can be very direct and sometimes intimidating, especially if a lot of people approach this person for the same request. So their advice was approach these people, but maybe ask for a fika. It can be an online fika as well. And then ask them about their experience on finding a job or about their current job. And if they have any advice, if you want to pursue such a career or such a title as well, that might be very helpful because you are not directly asking for a job in a sense, but you are putting yourself out there. So you are interested in such kind of their position or their company, and they can keep you in their mind whenever they hear about an opportunity that fits you.
I like that. I'm going to start working on that, actually.
Yeah, I guess some people, I know a lot of people who secured a job doing such a thing. And it's very easy. Like you can reach out through LinkedIn or maybe other platforms that you have a contact on with these people. But it is a subtle approach of saying, I'm out there, I am interested, please keep me in mind. So looking back into your journey, is there anything that you would have done differently during your time at Lund to prepare for life after graduation?
I think I would have started to do this formal networking a bit earlier, maybe. So reach out to people. That's intimidating to reach out directly to people who you don't know. So that's something that I haven't done much, but I would do more. So I've reached out to people who I knew, to my network, to people I've spoken to, but to new people. So, for example, asking a speaker out for a fika or something like that. I feel like I wish I could have done more of that. But now that you guys know, you should do it.
Exactly, yeah. For me, I think that each time there were a career event, I took it lightly. So they would say, there's this career event to review your CV or take a LinkedIn photo or just mingle with people from different companies like Tetra Pak or Alpha Level. And I would say, yeah, I still have time. I don't need to do it now. But then it strikes you. 2 years goes very fast. And you cannot start that early to search for a job. I would advise everyone, if they are planning to stay here or even searching for opportunities outside of Sweden, to start as early as possible because the hiring process is also very long. You need to be prepared and relaxed. So start reviewing your CV very early. If the university offer you this service, just go for it. Don't wait. Don't say, oh, I still have time, because it's there. If you don't take the opportunity, you will miss out.
I agree completely.
Yeah. And then maybe our last question can be, what advice would you give to current or future students who are starting to think about their own career journey?
I would say that you can start looking out at the opportunities that Lund University gives you while you're here. As I said, the internship semester that some programs provide, or some student organizations, career fairs, career talks, programs. There is a lot going on, and I would say just get involved in it and make the most out of it. I think it's all of it, just even getting involved in an organization, it's enjoyable and it might come useful for your studies. You don't have to look at it as something that is as a burden and something that you have to do to secure a job. I think it comes more easily if you look at it as something that's going to be enjoyable, where you're going to meet some friends and some new people.
Yeah, and I would add for this, volunteer as much as you can. For example, we had this career fair from the engineering union, LTH or TLTH, and they wanted people to volunteer. So I volunteered for 2 years as a company host, not the whole 2 years, but 2 times while I was studying. And then I had the opportunity to talk to specific companies. Some of them I didn't even know of because they are very Swedish, I would say, not that international. But then you also learn how to see these companies, and maybe they are startups or small companies that are not very well known, but they give you the opportunity to explore some opportunities with them as well. So yeah, join communities, volunteer, be out there. and I'm sure that you will be able to secure something.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fabio, for being here today and being involved. And I also learned a lot from what you said. And I hope everyone who's currently searching for a job or looking forward to what they want to do after graduating, that we give them some advices or shortcuts on how to do it. Or maybe we share from our experience that can help them to do that easily. Have a great day, and thank you so much. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Lund University International Podcast. If you are interested in learning more about Lund University, you can go to our website, lunduniversity.lu.se. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. And you can connect with our amazing student ambassadors on Unibuddy platform. Don't forget to subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you a new episode very soon.